In this episode of FineScale Modeler's New Product Rundown, we examine a pair of T-38A Talons from Trumpeter and Wolfpack, Tamiya's Nashorn, Revell's big Type IXC U-boat, and the latest photo-etched metal detail sets from Paragrafix. Hi, and welcome to another edition of FineScale Modeler's New Product Rundown. I'm Tim Kidwell.
And I'm Aaron Skinner. We've got another exciting lineup for you today. We're going to start with a pair of T-38 Talons in 1/48 scale.
Based on Northrop's F-5 light fighter design, the T-38 is a supersonic trainer. Now, the U.S. Air Force and other countries have used the T-38 since the early 1960s. NASA uses the T-38 as a chase plane and to transport and train astronauts. T-38s are still available and flown all around the world.
That's right. It's an important aircraft that's trained a lot of people, but it hasn't been well served in 1/48 scale before now. Other than a now rare Sword short run kit, the only T-38s available till now have been basically reboxed F-5Bs.
And that's what makes these two kits so welcome. They both represent the A version of the T-38 with all analog cockpits and early intakes and exhausts.
That's right. Trumpeter's Talon is molded in medium gray plastic and features wickedly fine engraved panel lines and a few recessed rivets. Trailing edges are very thin.
The cockpit features detailed ejection seats with photo-etched metal harnesses, relief molded detail on the instrument panels and side consoles, and separate rudder pedals and control sticks.
Other nice features are wheel wells with molded structural and mechanical detail, open or closed canopy, single piece intake lips, photo-etched metal mirrors, travel pod, and a boarding ladder.
Trumpeter provides decals and painting instructions for two aircraft, an all-black USAF trainer based at Holloman Air Force Base, and a Portuguese aircraft in white.
Wolfpack's Talon comes in a greenish-gray plastic reminiscent of some recent Academy kits. Surface detail is outstanding, with fine engraved lines and a multitude of fine rivets. Trailing edges are a little thicker than Trumpeter's.
Cockpit detail includes ejection seats, molded details on the instrument panels and side consoles, and separate pedal and control sticks.
Options include open or closed canopy, single-piece intake rings, and a travel pod. I especially appreciate the canopy masks that are included.
This is Wolfpack's second release of the Talon and includes very comprehensive instructions and cartograph decals to mark two NASA T-38As. One, a chase plane for shuttle mission STS-3 in 1982, wears the old so-called worm logo. The other wears the current scheme as a Dryden Flight Research Center aircraft.
So which one should you get? Both look great in the box. I think Wolfpack has done a better job on the exterior details, but Trumpeter may have the edge for the interior.
Next up, let's take an in-depth look at Revell Germany's 1/72nd scale Type IXC U-boat.
Developed for extended operations away from resupply, the Type 9s entered service in 1938. They fought in the Battle of the Atlantic along with their more numerous cousins, the Type 7s. They even patrolled off the United States, and more than 280 were produced by the end of the Second World War.
Now, Revell Germany has modeled the C version of the Type 9, which had more fuel. Specifically, this is U-505, which was captured in 1944. Is that right?
Yep.
And is on display now at Chicago's Museum of Science and Industry.
It's a very cool place to go.
It is.
Molded in light green-gray plastic, the parts have raised and recessed details. The hull comes in halves with separate stern sections.
The hull has raised rivets and weld seams as well as recessed limber holes. The decks feature hatch and deck detail. Structural bulkheads buttress the hull.
Features include detailed bow and stern torpedo bays that can be posed open or closed, and movable dive planes.
Detailed anti-aircraft guns sit on the winter garden. The bridge features detailed walls, controls, and speaking tubes.
The plastic railings and grab handles are pretty close to scale thin, and there is a nice complement of periscopes and a radar dish.
Revell includes string to rig the boat and plastic insulators.
Decals are included to mark the model as U-505 both before and after its capture. The latter option includes a large American flag flying from a jerry-rigged pole and graffiti on the conning tower.
This is going to be a big model when it's all said and done, just about 42 inches long.
Yeah, it should be impressive. Hey Tim, the real thing's just a couple hours away. Let's say we hit the road, do a little research.
I think that would be really cool. Let's do it.
Our fourth kit today is Tamiya's 1/35th scale Nashorn.
Yeah, Nashorn is German for rhinoceros, one of the world's most cuddly beasts.
So I've heard.
In any case, the Nashorn was based off of the Panzer IV and had an 8.8 centimeter Pak 43 gun.
That's right. Introduced onto the Eastern Front in 1943, almost 500 of these things were built.
Typical of Tamiya, the parts are very clean with minimal mold seams, but there are a few ejector pin marks that will need filling or sanding.
Surface detail is outstanding with sharp panel lines, bolts, and rivets. The weld seams around the driver's compartment are especially nice.
There's plenty of detail for the fighting compartment, including antennas, racks, machine guns, and other stowage.
The hatches and doors can be posed open or closed, as can the ammunition lockers for the main gun. The kit supplies 16 rounds for the Pak 43. There's even spent cartridges.
As the vehicle's focal point, the gun looks terrific. The barrel is one piece with separate muzzle brake and breech parts.
The tracks are nicely molded vinyl.
Decals provide markings for 3 Nashorns. Color 5-view painting diagrams are included.
This kit epitomizes everything we like about Tamiya's modern kits in terms of packaging, engineering, and molding.
And remember, the Rhino is cuddly. Finally, let's take a look at 5 photo-etched metal detail sets for science fiction subjects from Paragrafix.
Yeah, I continue to be impressed by the work this company does. In this case, we have some detail sets for some older kits, in some cases some what you might consider classic kits, as well as one brand new offering.
First up is a set for Polar Light's 1/350th scale NX-01 Enterprise from the last Star Trek TV show, Enterprise. It includes parts to replace the kit's molded airlocks and observation windows, as well as parts to model the cargo bay and shuttle pod hangar.
Sticking with Trek, there's a small set to detail AMT's 1/1400th scale Enterprise E, one of my favorite incarnations of the ship. It includes warp intercooler and impulse engine grills, sensor and deflector parts, and the shuttle bay. There are optional parts to build the vessel as it appeared in First Contact and Nemesis.
Still in the Trek universe, this time the original series, is a set to detail the Enterprise bridge kit from AMT. This comprehensive set includes parts for the recent full bridge kit, but can also be used with earlier versions. There are panels for each station, the captain's chair, and the helm. They are designed to be used for a lighted display. Particularly helpful, Paragrafix supplies templates for each station to properly locate individual panels. As an added bonus, a Mirror Universe emblem is included for the turbolift doors.
The next set details a kit we featured a couple of shows back, AMT's Space 1999 Eagle. It includes detailed plates for the ends of the transport pods and service modules. The command module receives window frames and steering rocket details, and there are rocket diffusers and deflectors. The big change is for the landing gear, which should look much more realistic with these additions.
Many people regard the original Battlestar Galactica series as campy, but there's no denying the ships were cool. Leading the way was the Galactica itself. Mobius has released a newly tooled kit of the Battlestar, and Paragrafix has the details to go with it. The photo-etched metal fret provides grills and vents for the engines, new fascia to help correct the shape of the bridge, and some other bits and bobs for the exterior. They also include details for the landing bays.
Beautiful work from Paragrafix. Look for detailed reviews of the U-boat, the Nashorn, and both T-38s in upcoming issues of FineScale Modeler magazine.
And you can see these and other new products in the May issue of FineScale Modeler on sale now.
Thanks for visiting FineScale.com. I'm Aaron Skinner.
And I'm Tim Kidwell. We'll see you next time.
See ya. The Atlantic. And is some even patrolled off the crap.
Next, let's take an in-depth look at Revell Germany's, I know.